I had been craving granola, and because of my allergies, I cannot have granola from the grocery store because these often either contain my allergens or they're made in a plant that where there's cross contamination. So no, there's no granola for me. So I decided to make it myself. And I made a small batch because all the recipes I found were for large batches and they would all go to waste. So I don't want to waste any food. The first thing you need to do is to preheat your oven to 300 degrees. For this recipe, I used 2 packets of maple brown sugar oatmeal. This is a Food Lion brand because the Quaker Oats brand was out of stock. Um, I could have bought a large bag of oats, but then it would have gone to waste. It would have, and I'm trying really hard not to waste food. So you put the oats in your mixing bowl, and then after that, you put 3 tablespoons of melted butter in your oat mixture. So, and then you put a dash of salt in your mixture, and you can use any type of salt. I just happen to have this Himalayan pink salt in the cabinet, so I want to use it. Just a dash. And then you give your oats, your butter, and your sea salt, pink salt, salt. You give it a good, nice, good mix. And then you put a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract in your oats and butter and salt mixture. I don't really measure my vanilla extract. I just pour it in there and I just go by my feeling. And I think that's just fine. If it's a recipe that I'm following, I measure it. And give it a good stir. So after I stirred that up really good, I added honey to my granola mixture. And I didn't measure this either. I just like looked at it and looked at how much I wanted to put in there. And I think I ended up putting in like a teaspoon. I mean, I have baked and cooked for a while, so I can kind of um, guess about measurements. But yeah, I can guess. And then give it a good stir. And so after you stir it, mix it up really good. You prepare your cookie sheet. Oh, look, there's a Millie Lou. Hi, Millie Lou. Prepare your cookie sheet with aluminum foil. And then you thoroughly grease your cooking sheet. I like this cooking spray. It has olive oil in it. And you take your granola, your oat mixture, and you spread it out on the cookie sheet. Like so. And then after you spread it out on the cookie sheet, then you spread it out and you smush it down. You flatten it. Flatten it out so it can get cooked well. And then you put it in your 300-degree oven. This is what it looks like all smashed out on the cookie sheet. You place it in your 300-degree oven for the first 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you pull it out of the oven and you stir it on the pan to make sure it bakes evenly and keep it from burning, because the sugar in the granola will burn easily, especially the brown sugar that's in the oatmeal packet. So after you stirred it, when you've taken it out of the oven, you smash it back down. And then you put it back in the oven for another 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you check it again and you take it out, you look at it, you stir it up, and you keep repeating this. And then, I forgot to add the cinnamon, so I'm going to add it now. A really good sprinkling of cinnamon. Stir it again. Mix in that cinnamon that you forgot to add to the recipe. And then you put it back in the oven for another 10 minutes. I'm trying to get a thingy off of the ridge of the pan. Yeah, and then you put it back in the oven. Eventually, you put it back in the oven for another 10 minutes. Smush it back down. Okay, so you take it back out. Or you put it back in. It's one of the... Anyways, you take it out and you put it back in like several times. I did like 4 times. Take it out, stir it up, smush it down, put it back in the oven, so that it cooked evenly and it didn't burn, because, if you bake a lot, sugar burns. And then this is what it looks like when it's finally done and it's nice and toasty. And after you take it out of the oven and it crisps up a bit, it's it's very good. It's the best I've ever had. The best granola I've ever had, if I do say so myself, if I can toot my own horn. And it goes really good on top of Greek yogurt.